I'm Dr. Raman Kumar. I am the president of the Academy of Family Physicians of India. I'm also chief editor of Journal of Family Medicine and Primary Care. I'm based in New Delhi. Our medical education system is based on the British system. We inherited this system from the Britishers, and we got independence 70 years back. And since 70s onwards, we did not have any formal relationship with the British education system and their regulatory mechanism. So afterwards, we took a different path. So if you look at the British system, they, in the 70s and onwards, they developed their own academics in the general practice. But the Indian system kind of lagged, primarily because there was some inertia in the regulatory mechanism. So Medical Council of India is a 60, 70 years old body, which requires reforms, and these reforms are pending for some time. So hopefully, and very much in near future, we'll have this development happening in India as well. I don't blame medical students. It is the fault of our medical education system, which does not give them a perspective of primary care or community-based vocational training. So it's fault of the education system, not that of students. And I recently have met several student groups recently in Nagpur and Hyderabad, and when I discuss with this option and perspective, they kind of ask questions like when these changes are going to take place. So I think they are very positive about this. We just have to make the right moves. Medical education system primarily in India is tertiary care based. This is a default situation, and I would say it's also one of the fundamental flaws of our system through regulatory mechanism. As per the Medical Council of India guidelines, a medical college has to have a tertiary care hospital, minimum 500-bedded hospital. So, and our community-based health system, which is, for example, district hospital, community health centers, primary health centers, are kept out of this education system and training vocational training locations. So I would say the services and the education system are working in different directions. They lack synchronization. And globally, in recent last 20, 30 years, 2-3 decades, there is a trend to bring medical education into the community-based services, so that the students and the trainees get an early, exposure to the setting we are supposed to work in future. So here we are training in India, at very high-end hospitals where they have all facilities and support, and then we expect them to work in low-resource setting. So they are kind of, many times they are frightened, many times they don't find themselves competent enough. They are not. It's a different training. You can't compare, military training with traffic police training. These are two different vocations. We are working at, different levels. For example, we are doing advocacy. We have been, working with Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. In 2013, we conducted a national consultation with NRHM, National Resource Center, where we were able to bring models of medical education, healthcare delivery system from all over the world, the Brazilian model, South African model, the Australian, American, and we had our policy makers and decision makers discuss with them, and we also came forward with some recommendations for medical council, universities, state governments, central governments, and this report was submitted to the ministry. So we are doing advocacy at the level of ministry and policy makers. We are also creating academic resources. For example, we started a journal which is called Journal of Family Medicine and Primary Care. Earlier, we did not have any primary care title journal in South Asia, peer reviewed. So ours is the first one in South Asia, and very soon it has become a reputed one. We are PubMed Index, which is very reputed. We receive around 1,000 submissions per year from all over the world. 30% of our submissions are international. And we are trying to bring in the community-based experiences of the doctors, paraprofessionals, because there is no other way they can express or acknowledge or can record their experiences. So journal, advocacy, and then we are doing events like National Conference of Family Medicine and Primary Care, where we try to bring in all stakeholders together. I would say I wouldn't blame the patients alone. There has been, during last 30 years, after the advent of this specialty-based care, we got multi-specialty hospitals and then super specialty hospitals growing up in all metropolitan cities and the larger cities of India. There also been extensive marketing on the behalf of media, whereby people have now perception that for a smaller problem also they have to visit hospitals. for example, headache, stomach ache, or gastroenteritis, they visit hospitals. So this has come through a larger campaign which has happened in the mainstream media as well. If you read articles, there are articles on rare surgeries, old age surgeries, Hindustani Pakistani surgeries, and kind of stories. We never read the real community-based stories, which are the real heroes as well. I know one, Dr. Himatrao Bavaskar, he was based in Maharashtra and one of the authorities on snake bite, but nobody talks about him. Nobody gives him a Padma Vibhushan award or something like that. So we also we have to see it is not the patient's fault. It has been built up over 2-3 decades, and I think people like you can make a change, be partner in this process, and we need to tell people as well as the professional that they did not to rush to hospitals for minor problems. They can be 90% of the problems health related can be settled in community, which is coming from the experience of the most developed countries. So why can't we do it? We are also now aspiring to become developed country. Family doctors are supposed to be community based. They're supposed to be like family members. They're supposed to have close relationship with the community where they work. So when you reside in the setting of the patient and the families, you cannot be have any antagonistic relationship with the people you serve. So family doctors play a very important role in maintaining doctor-patient relationship. In the hospital setting, it's largely there is opacity, and there's loss of control and power when a patient visits a hospital, and often they have this negative experience where they are not their dignity is not maintained, and they often feel rejected, insulted, and at times their small trivial queries are not answered. Their issues are not addressed properly. Many times they are they are being sent to several places to several doctors, and they do not get result. So today having a insurance policy or being rich does not guarantee that you will get right treatment, and people are also getting frustrated with the situation. I mean, if you see, basically it is a reflection of people's dissatisfaction with the system. But since doctors are the front or on the front foot, they are the interface with the society. They are the they take the brunt on themselves. So it's basically not just against doctors, but it's about the healthcare delivery system. They are frustrated with the system. The most common discourse which is going in public is about compulsory rural posting of medical doctors, which is often opposed by the medical students as well as the professional unions. For example, Indian Medical Association. And we have to see how the most developed countries have tackled this problem, because this problem is most of the countries face this problem. Even countries like our which are similar to ours, like Brazil, China, they are also tackling in a different way. So, for example, we are talking about family medicine training, which is a horizontal shift into the health system. So, our traditional specialty training takes place at the hospital, but the family medicine training takes place in community setting, which means sub-divisional hospitals, say community health centers. So we can, by starting large number of community-based residency positions, we can shift our medical graduates laterally into the health system, which includes both rural as well as urban setting. So this is how I think even the compulsory rural posting should be converted into family medicine residency position, whereby this period which is spent in the rural setting does not go waste for the students. It is utilized towards earning a qualification. This is how what happens in Canada, USA, Scandinavian countries, Germany, Western European countries like Spain, Portugal, and NHS UK is one of the best examples. And you will be surprised to know most of the doctors who go from India to United States actually do family medicine, and they have almost double the number of residency positions, which means that for every MBBS, for 100 MBBS seats, there will be around 200 residency positions, and majority of them are in family medicine. So most of the doctors from countries like Philippines, China, Pakistan, India, South Asian countries, when they go to US, they do family medicine, and they are able to attract doctors from all over the world. So why this can't be replicated in India? It's because of this lag. There are issues, there have been challenges.